Welcome to another episode of Cocktails with Cousins. I'm Erica.
I'm KD.
I'm Raina.
And we are here to talk about this shit show of a doggone decision day that they had, because I just couldn't believe anything that they said. Before we get started, go ahead and hit the like button because we know you're going to like what we say. Go ahead and make sure you're subscribed to our channel so you never miss a beat. And then make sure that you share and comment so that we can, we can talk about this. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to go in the order of decision day because that makes the most sense. So we're going to start off with Jasmine and Jasmina and Michael. What did you guys have to say about their yes? Because I wasn't expecting it.
Right. And I wasn't either from neither one of them.
No, not at all. Not the friendship.
But how are they said they were gonna stay married but live apart. And there is no way that can work, especially with them two, especially if they don't have any romantic feelings towards each other. How is living apart going to help?
I'm convinced that Jasmina thinks that Michael is her homeboy, and he's gonna be added to the list of people that she just call and ask questions to, like she did her friend when they were talking to their loved ones. She is not serious about being in this relationship anyway. And really and truthfully, I think it goes back to her, her story in general, for the fact that she has not been in a in-person relationship for how many years did she say? And she had always been dating somebody out of town.
Her adult life.
Basically all of her adult life. And so she didn't got into this relationship. Not only are they in person, they married. And that's why I feel like she spent most of the season talking about watch your tone. Like when they were showing that clip, I was like, oh, here we go with this stupid mess again. And then she even brought it up when they were talking to the experts right before they said their decision. I think everybody wants to forget that we had a rough first month. Girl, y'all was talking in circles the first month. Y'all ain't had no rough month. Y'all had a long disagreement. Just one.
I think what they did was decide that nobody's gonna embarrass anybody on this show. And so they both said that they would stay together. But then the decision to live separately, I think they're gonna be broken up by the reunion.
Because they already ain't got no chemistry.
Right. And she already can't drive. So he's gonna be the one that have to go see her, but she ain't gonna let him in unless she want him there. So that ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna work.
Nope, she not getting on the bus in the MARTA or whatever they got up there in Boston to go see him. But yeah, no, it doesn't even make any sense. I wrote down that she is sending mixed signals because in one breath she'll be like, I don't have feelings, and then in the next breath she'll be like, but when he reaches out to touch my hand or the booty grab, like I don't dislike it or whatever. Like with either you like it or you don't, girl.
And Pastor Cal asked her like straight, it's like, well, was that okay? Do you like it? And she like beat around the bush. I'm like, answer the girl. I mean, answer the question, girl. Like, it's yes or no. Like, yes or no. And she couldn't even do that. She made me so mad watching. Oh.
And then look, and she said, well, Michael knows if I like it or not. He was like, but I
don't. Right. Clearly I don't, because you're not telling me anything and you still haven't said anything. So
look, I say this all the time at work. I'll be like, poor little tink tink, but poor little tink tink when it comes to Michael, because I swear that man is not winning for losing when it comes to this girl in this relationship. So I just don't understand. And then I thought that Pastor Cal's advice about them being friends, he was like, in a marriage you are going to be friends, but like you still are lovers at the end of the day too. So like love, like do something.
Right.
I don't know. It would be definitely interesting to see whether or not they're together, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna be together by the time we get to reunion. We'll see. We only have a little while longer to get there. We'll be able to see at least the first half of the reunion by the time we'll see what's going on. Anything else about these two? I still can't believe they said yes. Yeah. Another couple that I can't believe said yes, or probably shouldn't have said yes, is Katina and Elijah Wan. Go for it.
First of all, if I was Katina, I would have said, what you not gonna do is embarrass me on national television by saying that I can't cook.
No,
Like,
you gotta say what the man said. Now, don't be just putting out the niceness. This man said her
he said
food
it's
is.
not edible, right?
I was like,
He did not just say that. And then after he kind of like dogged her about that, he was like, but despite all of these things, my answer still today is I want to be with you because you're willing to try. It's the effort, right? And I'm like, don't make me this little and then say, okay, but I'm gonna deal with it. Like that didn't sit well with me. I wanted to slap him.
And I wish that Katina would have said no, because he was wanting to say no the entire time.
I know.
He actually gave her a chance to back out, and she wouldn't.
I know. And then the thing about it is, though, for her to be from Boston, I'm gonna need her to get a little bit more street savvy. Like, because when he would have said my food is inedible, I'd have been like, and what's your food? And what is your food? Like, I mean, I just need her to come back with something, and she just be sitting there smiling, looking cute.
And he kept saying, I need to know that my wife will be able to feed my kids and me. And I'm like, why can't you feed yourself and kids? What about you? What about your skills? Like, it's not all on her.
Exactly. Why can't Publix feed them kids? Why can't
she can go buy some chicken that's already KFC. Right.
Any of those places can feed your kids, honey. It ain't gotta be her on a day-to-day basis. But what's up with this? Go ahead.
Oh no, I think he wants to go live in an Amish community where they do cooking from sun up to sundown, and
I don't know what he want, but this twice a month travel mess. I'm like, sir, you work for the water operation company. There's no way they are giving you a budget that allows you to be able to travel twice a month. Where are you going to? I mean, are y'all traveling on bike? I mean, what are y'all doing? Where are you going? And have you been going somewhere every 2 weeks? Why is it that now that you're married, you got to go somewhere every 2 weeks? Like, make some sense.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just when they replayed the clip of him saying how, like, she's not enough. I'm looking at your level of womanness, like that. It literally got under my skin. I was like, I can't believe he said those words. Like, come on.
No, he said those words with his chest.
It's so degrading. Like, come on.
Yeah. I was happy that she at least stood up for herself in the sense of, well, I'm not going to compromise my education, because I was thinking there for a second, like, well, she might bend on whatever it is that he wants and be sitting somewhere not in school because he need her to cook. I don't know.
But I'm gonna be mad though. Like, so you're only saying yes because today is your dad's birthday and you see that as a sign? Like, come on.
I would need more than that.
I just.
But to your point, he has been tearing her down and then trying to, and then jumping back in all season long. That's all he does in every conversation. You can't, but I love you. You cute. You my wife. I'm passionate about you or whatever. And then does he need to go to like sex anonymous or something? Because he was like, if I would have had sex with her, we wouldn't even be in this place. And I'm like, sir, like, what sense did this make when he said when they were talking about how the fact that they didn't consummate the marriage before decision day or whatever? He was like, if I would have been with her, I know we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be sitting here today in this same position or whatever. And I was like, child.
And what did he mean when he said she watches me take a shower, she sees me in the shower?
I was like, what?
I guess he was getting at that they lust after one another, but it's okay because they married. I'm like, ain't nobody, just go and do it. Like, don't nobody care.
Who telling you can't? Like,
right.
Where's the sex police at? I mean, I don't know. Again, I cannot believe she said yes. I don't know why she said yes. Maybe when she comes back, she's gonna say no, but I doubt it, because she even was like when she was getting ready, she was like, I had to get my makeup done at 5 o'clock because I'm not getting on TV to say somebody tell me no. And I'm like, oh girl, like
Girl.
I just needed you to be the one saying no. Like I need you to be like, I got my face beat because I'm about to say no because this man been treating me crazy all the time. But neither here nor there. Again, can't wait till the reunion for them. Let's move on to the next two people that I can't believe said yes, that Noi, Annoying, and Steve. She even bothered me in her niceness and her trying to be doggone relatable this time. She's just annoying to me. Like, oh my gosh, what did she say? Did y'all hear her talk about the phone? And her posting on social media.
Oh yeah.
I was like, girl, like before it was your social media, you could post all you want, but now you gonna ask your husband's permission. I was like, whatever. Like I couldn't with her, but I mean, I hated the way that they talked about Steve and his employment. Like, I just wish they would have had a full conversation so they didn't have to get to the reunion and be talking about, like, Pastor Cal was like, well, when I met my wife, I was unemployed and da da da. And I was like, but the man does contract work. Like, he's technically, I guess, unemployed, but not really. Like, he could just go, I don't know. Everybody online was clowning him and saying he was broke. But
really?
Yeah,
I feel like Pastor Cal understood though. Dr. Viviana's the one who kind of, when she made the comment, she's like, understandably. And I'm like, no, he has a job. He just chooses to work when he wants to.
Yeah. I still just wish they would have had a conversation about it. Like, it was so dumb. Another thing that I saw online in relation to the job is that everybody was trying to say like, oh, he only has $40,000 in the bank. But what happened on the after show was Keisha said, no, like, Noi said, if, she'd be willing to have babies with you if you had $40,000 in the bank. Do you? And he said, oh yeah. He didn't say that he just had $40,000 in the bank.
It could be 40,000 plus. More than likely it's 40,000 plus.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And everybody took that as he only has $40,000 in the bank. That's not enough. And I'm like, no, he answered a direct question. The answer was, do you have $40,000 in the bank? Yes, that doesn't mean that's all you have. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to read in between the lines.
And for the people who say it, do y'all have 40K in the bank?
Exactly.
No,
how about that? Let's start
That's
there.
still a lot of money to have just sitting in the bank. Okay.
Exactly. I mean, and then the thing about it is he has that money in the bank. He can do freelance work. He said he could get a job. Like, if it became an issue, I think that he would go get a job. Like, if they were about to be put out. But I guess people forget the fact that he traveled for all that time and maintain an apartment. Like, you had to have some money to be able to do both. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not just, or if you are using your savings, you had enough of savings to be able to do both. I don't know.
And Noi was trying to make a point saying how she feels like she doesn't like the fact that he like tries to hold her accountable. Like, everything is got to be 50-50. And I'm like, I don't think he's that type of person. I think if he voices like, hey, can you help out too? And you just don't like listen, what else is he supposed to do? Exactly. Like, he's making it, he's bringing it to your attention for a reason, because you're not doing anything at all. If you would help out from time to time, he wouldn't have to do this. She's like, I feel like you should just pick up the slack of wherever you're part of. Like, she was like, same way I would do it for you. And I'm like, but clearly you're not. That's why he's saying something, right? And she just, I'm like, you're the one being tit for tat right now, like nitpicky about stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I
agree. And I think that was the part that she was forgetting, like, because he was like, oh, we can share the load. And she wasn't even willing to say yes on anything. She was just like, no, you do it all. Remember when she said that or whatever? She's like, you do it all or whatever. And she didn't even want to pick up her own dog poop. Like, girl, that's your dog.
Right.
Like, how does
he could have easily been like, I didn't sign up for this.
Exactly. Right? He like, I don't want no dog. And then she tells him, I want to get him to have another dog at some point in the episode. I can't remember what part. And I was like, girl, you ain't even taking care of the dog you got. What you talking about another dog? That don't even make no sense. Y'all want to talk about them at the them in the ring, or y'all want to talk about that at the end when you talk about all of them? Because honey, when she got that ring, That's all I'm
We
gonna
can talk
say.
about it now.
We can talk about it.
Did you see how all the blubbering tears that she had?
Did you hear Lindsay talk about girl stop ugly crying?
Exactly. Then she gonna take all that slob and tears and lay on her head on his chest.
Oh
No, you won't laying your head on his chest before. Before you was calling him broken to saying he had no money. But now you get this ring, you want to look crazy because I mean she looked crazy with her crying.
right. And that wasn't no cluster diamond ring. That was a whole diamond. Okay.
Exactly, like
Mhm.
exactly, girl. I was like, oh, girl, you just so annoying because she was so contradictory in everything or whatever. And I was like, then I started to question myself. I'm like, did they just like play us the whole season? Like maybe she was just being extra difficult all season long because I mean everything that they had complained and fussed about throughout the season, she was just like, and I'm gonna ask him about social media and I'm gonna help with chores and I was like, girl, you're being fake. Like all season long, you didn't want to do none of that. But anywho, anything about this Stephen Noy that we missed? Again, can't believe they said yes. Who and the most shocking guest of the evening goes to Mark and Lindsay. Lord have mercy. I swear, I thought both of them was gonna come in with no on their chest.
Yes.
Especially Lindsay when she started going in on Mark about what he say on social media is gonna come back to her. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, here comes the big ass no. She finna slap him with it. But
Yeah,
nope.
but you notice he went first. So if he had said no, she was prepared to say no.
Of course.
Yeah, because that she takes that as a personal attack.
Oh,
and she was not going to be personally attacked in any way, shape, or form. You can even tell in her conversation, like you guys are saying, she was like on the defense when she was talking about like the whole marriage.
You know how the saying that Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high.
Yeah.
Lindsay's the type to say, if you go low, I'm going to hell. Okay. That is what she would say, because she knows how to go even lower. Like,
oh man,
she need to be training Katina. See, Katina need to go to the Lindsay school and get just a little bit of that. So when Elijah Wan starts, she can just throw something out and shut him up.
Katina ain't trying to hear it though.
I meant to send y'all this meme of how it was a cartoon with this guy having a cake. And it was saying how Lindsay apologizes.
I can't wait to see it.
The cake said, "I'm sorry, you bitch ass punk."
That's Lindsay.
But you a stupid. Right.
Oh my God.
That's Lindsay for sure.
Basically, because I cannot. I mean, the whole season she was way over the top. But I really was shocked that he said yes. I was like, he was like, she helped me to grow so much. I was like, really? Did she know?
And I can't wait to see how she talks about this apartment that she's about to redo.
Yes. And I mean, I don't know. I don't see it going well.
Yeah.
And then what if they start remodeling and then she'd be like, I'm out of here. Because she quit the marriage every episode. Like, there was not an episode that she didn't quit the marriage. So I just don't know. I don't know why they said yes. I really don't.
So just off the bat, the whole issue with Lindsay having an issue with him, with social media, period, is going to be an issue, or it is an issue. Yeah. The fact that he can't even post, like how she even perceives it about, she was like, yeah, if you want to feel good about yourself, that's when you post a selfie so you can hear good things about yourself. I was like, that is not what social media is about. Like,
but it is. It is.
Okay.
It is.
I don't.
Well, dang, KD.
I'm there for the memes. Okay. I'm there for the memes.
When you post a picture, a selfie, you expect compliments.
I mean, true, but dang, is that the only reason why you couldn't just be feeling yourself that day? And want somebody else to see you.
Yes, of course. Mm-hmm. You feeling yourself, and you want somebody else to see you and compliment you.
I mean, I get it, but dang, Lindsay, the man can't be on social. I mean, then what's the point of having it? Like, you might as well not have an account.
And I think that's what she's getting at, and she doesn't want him to have an account, and that's why I say it's an issue, because she says this now, is later going to be like, you shouldn't even have one. Delete it.
His last name. I'm gonna see if she got a
delete the
social media account.
Yep.
Let's see. Look, let's see if she up here on social media. Anybody know her last name? I'm just gonna put Lindsay from
if it's his last name, I think it's Mayer, right? I think it's Mayer. I don't know how to spell it though. But yeah, it's just that in itself is like red flag. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I think that she wants I can't find it using that last name. I'm a search for it because I know she got social media.
Yeah.
You can't tell me she don't. But yeah, I think that she wants him to be dependent on her and need only her or whatever. So that's why I feel like she doesn't want him to be on social media. Now I get it. Like if he is never communicating with her, but it sounded like they did have times where they were communicating, having a good time. So if he just wanted to sit back and chill, like sometimes when I get home, I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all my secret. When I get home, sometimes I just go in the bathroom and get on social media because I don't be feeling like being bothered. That's what I just do. I just go in there and sit. I don't be doing nothing. I just be sitting in the bathroom watching social media because if I'm in the bathroom, that's the only time I even get some remote privacy. So I'm just like, I mean, maybe the man just trying to have some me time and he trying to, decompress with a little, social media. No nonsense thinking, but anywho, and what was up with that green thing? Like, did they discuss that beforehand? Like, what was that toy where she said when she
yes button?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Maybe it was one of them kinky things.
Oh,
I don't know.
Didn't at the beginning of the season when they met the parents, didn't he receive that as a gift?
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
Her bridesmaid, her
it.
friends gave it to him as how to handle Lindsay. And it was like a yes button.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah. You're right. I was just like, that was so random, but I guess now it makes sense. Oh goodness. What did you guys think about when they all came together to share their answers? What did y'all think about that part of the episode?
That was planned.
It was like, so
they're like, all of y'all say yes so we can make it to this part and be like, we're the only group that all made it. But then I don't know.
Hold on, wait, they didn't all make it because they brought back Chris and Alyssa, and they said no. Chris said no after day 7. Chris said I had enough. I was happy to hear he was dating.
Yay! So happy.
I know.
And going back a few minutes, they couldn't call each other or text each other and say we said yes. They I felt like it was staged because when they all met up on the rooftop or whatever they did, they act like they haven't talked to each other in 2 days.
Right. And they literally are across the hall from each other.
Right.
Like they be meeting on the rooftop. So let's not act like y'all didn't already have this conversation on the roof.
Exactly. Maybe the conversation was for Chris and Alyssa because they they weren't in the apartment building. Let's say that.
Yeah, she could have just never came back. They didn't even show her Alyssa.
Ever. I never need to see her ever again. Plus, I thought she was in Texas finding her cowboy.
Right.
Anywho, all right. So let's talk about these previews, y'all. These reunion snippets that they shared with us. What stood out to y'all?
I was trying to pay attention to see if they would actually sit next to one another because that's a telltale sign whether they married or divorced.
Yeah.
So, but
everybody were all sitting next to each other.
No, they did. I was just saying I was paying attention to see if they were. I think it was Lindsay going in, of course, which we all know Lindsay would. So
on the social media part.
Yeah. And then I heard Jasmina and Michael, Jasmina talk about how her and Michael got into a big blowout fight. And then how do you get into a big blowout fight with somebody you don't live with? Because if I'm on the phone with you and you start acting stupid, I'm gonna hang up. I ain't gotta talk to you.
Yeah.
Right. You
You
know,
know, let's stay together.
when they, like you said earlier, Erica, when they started showing the recaps and the little snippets, like she kept going on and on about his tone. And I'm like, sis, you the one with the attitude and the tone. Like Michael and said, he ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that when the in the reunion, what she was talking about is what they previously argued about.
I hope so.
I
'Cause
hope
I'm
so
like,
too. I hope that was taken out of context.
Yeah.
I will say that Katina looked quite cute. She got a new wig. I like that. She looked like she had lost a little bit of weight. She was like,
Oh
I'm
my
getting on
goodness.
this show.
Her wig was annoying me on the on decision day. She kept pulling at it.
Let me tell you something. That wig could have went in the trash can. I'm gonna need her to take the wig off and just wear her natural hair. Like I need to see that
Right.
because that wig was the worst for me all season long. It kind of just sat on top of her head, and it was like a hump in her head or whatever. Like, I couldn't
She kept
understand.
rearranging it.
Yeah, I
every
was
time
like,
she cried, what she do? That was Katina. That's her.
every single time without
Every single
fail.
time in front of the camera. Katina, what's wrong, Katina? That was Katina. Look, but did you notice Elijah one? He grew his hair back out on a reunion.
I did notice that.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't.
It was a
He
little,
grew
it was a
back
little
out.
fro, whatever he called that thing.
Whatever
I
mohawk
mean,
or whatever that was. I don't know what that was. But
It's
yeah.
like it. The thing about it is, I'm like, you can't have a full box and a mohawk at the same time. Like, you gotta pick one. Like a mohawk, you gotta have some off the side. So
Yeah, his hairline is receding.
It is. That's why.
receding,
that's
honey,
why
that
he
thing
stood
is in
out to
another
make it
state.
look cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Steve and Noah, did they show them? I feel
They
like
did,
they've been forgettable
Yeah.
all season.
No, Steve looked uncomfortable, so I think something happened. He finna take his ring back.
Well, on Twitter,
Like, give it back, because that
If she gives it back.
an engagement ring is a
it's a
gift.
gift. It does not have to be returned.
Nope.
Lifetime might have a stake in that too, because you know that was a paid promotion. You ain't
Yeah.
telling me somebody ain't paid for some of that ring. He might pay for some of it, but they Lifetime or that company gave him some of it as well.
But then it probably have what do you call in the little writing in the contract saying if y'all don't stay together, we will have to take the ring or repossess the ring. So
possibly, yeah.
Mhm.
Somewhere on Twitter, I thought they had because okay, so I try my best not to look at Twitter because you know there's a big old spoiler alert if you haven't seen the episode or whatever. So I accidentally clicked on Twitter and they were saying they said that somebody was back on the market. And at the time when I looked at it, I was like, oh, they said Steve is back on the market, but it was Chris that they were talking about or whatever. So I was like, oh man, okay, because I thought at first that Steve had said no. I meant no, but I mean, look, all I can say is I'm ready to see the reunion because I really want to know what has happened since decision day. We know all this yes is like, you know, fake. And I need to see what really happened. So I just wish that Wednesday would hurry up and come on so we can see what's going on.
Reunion, everybody gonna be broken up. Everybody.
That's gonna be the first 5 minutes. They're gonna be like, and since then we have parted ways. It should be interesting though. I wonder if Katina and Elijah Wan moved into his house. I mean, and what she did.
So.
Yeah. And then Steve, that was the other thing that we didn't say, because you remember Noe wanted to live in her own apartment, and that was another thing that she was like, and I'm gonna stay with my husband, and I was like, oh, you're staying with your husband now?
So now you see why you should stay with your husband. Okay.
Yeah, like okay, like so anywho. All right. Well, we're all done here. There's nothing else to say about these dumb decisions. So let's go ahead and end the episode. I hope you've hit the like button and we hope that you understand what we were talking about. Make sure you comment and tell us what you were thinking as well. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss anything. We'll be back next week to talk about the reunion, the real tea, about what's going on with this Boston season. All right. Until next time. Bye, you guys.
Hey. This gonna be Katina next week with her new wig. I'm telling you, they ain't gonna be together.
Look, we'll have to see. All right, bye, y'all.